I saw the pretty maiden. She was standing by a well, looking so discontent. I went up to her and said, hello, hello, rebel woman. She's a rebel woman. She's a rebel woman. That's her. Her chest was bare, her eyes was very bright. Her arm was slender compared with her height. Oh, as natural as can be. Oh, as natural as can be. She's as natural as can be. Oh, natural as can be. She's a rebel woman. She's a rebel woman. She's a rebel woman. That's her. Her hair was short and so cool black. Her eyes was white, whiter than anything inside. Yeah, she's natural as can be. Oh, natural as can be. She was natural as can be. Oh, natural as can be. She's a rebel woman. She's a rebel woman. She's a rebel woman. That's her.
Yeah. Question to my African children, at home and abroad, Lord. Oh, them my African children, Lord. Where is the culture we have known? Seems like it long gone, way above the clouds. And what about the sacrifice we've made? We forget about our love and them are also to be paid. Where is the culture we have known? All these African bandits come bring a shakedown. And what about the sacrifice we've made? See we're going to a base. Let's call on Janay. Don't watch them talk, some them out. Sweet talking will fool you, fool you. Their only intentions in life to divide and rule you. Lord, they take their seats at the head of the table, not allowing the crumbs to fall to the floor. And even when they're wealthy and able, nothing they give to the poor. Them youth are not gonna take up gun, cause them not really want we have no fun. They wanna see us in a jealous mood, cause them not really want we have no food. So where is the culture we have known? Seems like it long gone, way above the clouds. And what about the sacrifice we've made? Some forget about the past and also to be paid. Judge and never leave us bleeding. For the wicked there's a sure reward. Check everything and everything that you believe in. And remember, say karma not far. In every detail, you better know who you are. Stand strong in yourself, know you be a criminal. Every get I represent is Africa, me stand far. The future is that I aim to the stars. Where is the culture we have known? Seems like it long gone, way above the clouds. And what about the sacrifice we've made? Some forget about the past and also to be paid. Where is the culture we have known? All these African bandits come bring a shakedown. And what about the sacrifice we've made? Some forget about the past and also to be paid. That's why they test me. Oh, sing and give praise and good job. And let not fear. Reggae music keep you rocking all day long, all night long. Yeah, and that's what's happening. Yeah, and we won't stop all day long, all night long. May Jah bless your soul, and may Jah answer your prayers. Feeling so good, only Jah knows. Never felt so good in a long while. We've got to do this again. Keep a party and invite some friends. One life to live, sharing this beautiful moment all day long, all night long, all day long. Reggae music keep you skanky. Pull up on the corner. Yeah, love the good vibes where they on, yeah. One love my sister, one love my brother. It's so inspirational. So many things you've been going through. Take away my stress, take away my pain.
Oh, I saw you labor.
Go ahead, wait. Hey, you over there. You. Yes, we're there with you.
Yo, Mr. Run the show.
Try to bite the hands that feed you. For the good you do is after you.
Let's go. Run the show. Run the show. On the show.
You could puff, puff and puff till you bust. It shall be rough, rough and tough on your side. So stop life, don't try to bite the hands that feed you. For the good you do is after you.
On the show.
Yes, we are on the tune, yes. The last 2 weeks, we deviated from community infrastructure development as African Caribbean people in England. With all the pandemic experience that we are going through, we are not learning because the children them, the people them, where them call bad man or bad woman or whoever, them activities are, them behavior is still potent in the areas. And it's really down to us. It's down to us to see for ourselves. Not see what people are doing, but to take care of ourselves. There are people who are in financial problems, serious financial problem with rent arrears, and they're council tenants. Due to the lockdown and all these things, some of them had part-time work. They have lost that. Some of them who never had part-time work still lost out. So there's no financial support and there's no aid and there's no community. In the true sense of the word, there's no community. There's just places where we live as people. Now is the time to really look at that and see what type of franchise we have in the areas where we live that we want to call community, because we know Marcia and we know Patricia and we know Michael and Peter and Paul. That's just people that live in that area. We're consumers in that area. If that area is surrounded by Asian shops, we are consumers there. And if it's not surrounded by them, we're still consumers because we go somewhere where they are to get the food stuff that we require. But we can't go to them and say, yo, give me a loan. And we can still go to them and say, you have any job, sir? To tie me over for the next 3 months so I can get myself balanced out. That not working. So most of our people them that speaks, you know, them have money, them have house, or them have good job. They are statutory employees. So the people them out there that are suffering in silence, those people do not reflect on them, because them are the people me talk about. They are the people that need help and support. They are the people that tries them best to see if them can get them mother a slice of bread or them father. They're the ones. But then we still have the bookie saps them that since the man said that the place open up, months and months now round the place where me live, all of them place they close, and all them man they not see them on the street. Soon as the people them see the place them open up, them man they outside the bookmaker them door with them paper. And them give a bad name too, and them people that don't have no sense of responsibility. And I don't know where them backside get money from. For go stand up there, sir, and keep going back and forward, in and out, in and out. The pittance that them have, them still find time to give it to the bookmaker. And these are areas that there's plenty of us within. And we all call them communities. What kind of organizing structure we have in these areas? Our children, them get traumatized by the police. Wicked people, them come in them area there and interfere with our children, them. Seduce our children, them. Entrap our children, them. And we said that we live in a community and we don't have no responsibility within those areas, and we don't have no franchise in those areas, and we don't own no property in those areas. So what is this community that we speak of? Pray, ask yourselves, really and truly, because you know Miss Adams and Mr. Smith that live in a block, I live in a house, up the road, down the road, cross the road, round the corner, up the corner. It's good to know that, but what else does that do? What as people in that vicinity have in common? Is there meeting space? Is there discussion forum? Is there some kind of togetherness taking place? Is there some kind of forum that look at education and health? Is there some place where people can go, the old people them know, and get some meals, some food to eat? Is there? We have to realize what community means, understand what community means. And in England, we have a lot of people that know a definition, but it is about not knowing the definition so much, you know, but it's applying. Because we have a lot of educational dunce. How that go? Educational dunce? Yes, them know things, them know the definitions. But to implement them definition, them have a clue. We have people them who need to present solutions to our issues, not problem, but issues and concerns. And we have to accept that we have issues, problems, and concerns. We shouldn't wait until Miss Brown son has been killed, and Mr. Peters' son has been taken into custody by the police. And when we go look for him, he look like a boxer. We shouldn't wait for these things. Do we have legal offices within our areas that we want to call community? Or do we have scammers? Or do we know anybody in our community that have legal qualification and experience? If so, why haven't we encouraged and support them to have an office in the area so they can look after our legal issues and legal concern? And there can be surgeries that aid and support us as we grow and develop. Is there any medical physicians? We have many. Is there any clinics in our areas that are now advising us with upfront proper information pertaining to our immune system and this pandemic, but our health concerns, not the scientist pandemic conversation, but how do we take care of ourselves in relation to food stuff? What should our houses have in there? Just for a matter of references and concern from a professional voice, and not the voice in a professional mind, a professional brain, professional trained individuals, male and females, that will advise us, adults and children. But we're waiting. We're waiting to be activated by Channel 4, Channel 5, BBC, and the Mayor of London, because them know say it's advantageous to speak to a non-franchised group of people, and them can take money out of central government coppers and say that they're helping disenfranchised African Caribbean peoples. Come on, man, we've been there before. It just keeps recycling itself time after time. And the young ones that's now come, they're up to speed in understanding that, so they find themselves down a central hall looking for funds on African Caribbean peoples, which is their own people, behalf, saying that they're representing a community that needs X, Z, and Y. If I was an officer in a them place, that me would ask, what is this community you're speaking of? But they will not do that because it helps them show that they're dealing with something in relation to race relation. And we play that role with them. And then we have the cheek to tell one another, yeah, I'm just devil's advocate. Stop your foolishness. And there's no one to call me to book. There's no bodies that I'm answerable to. That's why anybody can do anything that they want, saying that they do it on our behalf. Wherever it is, Peckham, Brixton, Islington, Hackney, Stoke Newington, wherever, man. Stockwell. Newham, Eastham, where the other place them name? New Cross, Catford. So we need to understand and value ourselves. Now, yesteryears, now 1948, 49, our families that come here through immigration to help this country restructure itself after the blitz of the fighting that they had. We were peoples that ate different districts, as them call them today, boroughs, in this country to rebuild those districts, those boroughs, which are communities. And our parents learned, and our peoples learned from that. What did they learn? That they're responsible for the development. They were responsible for work. And we were most dutiful in those carrying out those duties, or fulfilling those duties. Now, where did the swings and roundabout come that led us not to be a people who realize that tomorrow's tomorrow is where our children comes into this growth and development, and then themselves need to have some form of stability? Where did that dissipate? Or why did that dissipate? Because up to then, we were using the pittance that we were earning and supporting each other with those pittance. Whether the pittance were being thrown for a month, 2 months, or 3 months, quarterly. So what changed us? You see, things like that need to be assessed and evaluated. Because if we value these things, those things, we would assess and evaluate them, and then we'll return to those which did good for us and strengthen ourselves within that. Because we've been there before. It was a part of us. It's not foreign to us. And there's so many things that were not, should not be seen as being failures. No, they weren't. The question is, why does it dissipate? And I can tell a lot of people why, what happened. What happened was this thing that is now called gentrification. That happened. But how did that happen? The local authorities kept moving us around. So we as African Caribbean people, we didn't have no form of stability. Plus, we didn't have the franchise to own property like others were able to do, and did. And we didn't have ambassadors, etc., advising us on things that we could have done or could do. Others had that support. So then they knew about buying property. We didn't know that. We went through a very, very turbulent situation in relation to housing. By the time we understood that we can go to tribunal, wow, what the hell was that? And then what do you do when you go there? When you find that place, what do you do then? So the cycle of learning was difficult for mommy and daddy back then. So what have we done now? Threw that all aside, all their hardship, all their misery, to say that we have come of age and we're earning probably 6 times the amount that they were able to earn or they were given back then, because remember, it's immigration, And we still haven't financially prospered. Even though that we're earning so much. So where's the fault? It's ourselves. We haven't really looked at ourselves and tried to develop and grow off of what our parents them went through. I was able to develop. Many of us have mentally assimilated without realizing, and many have decided to directly, intentionally assimilate. So we don't share unless it's amusement, entertainment. We don't share. Because if we were sharing through the fact that our children are dying, it would have stopped by now. Because we wouldn't tolerate it. Because no one wants to lose a life. Nobody. And especially when it's our children. So we've let so many things have happened, it seems like it's normal. And I don't understand what normal means. It's just I'm using the word, but it's like we accept it and that's it. Now that normal means dumbness. We become immune. The question is, how did it get like that? As well. So community, do we really want communities? Do we understand the ramification of a community? And you see, for us now, it's not too late, but it's hard work. Why? Because if there's an area where there's 1,000 people, maybe 20, 30, 40 would feel like what I'm saying makes a community. Educational structures, health, and food. Health and food is one. So we need some stores. We don't, by now we should have trendy stores. What is that? We should have supermarket. Some chains of supermarket. 3 and 4 people who feel so that they want to run a corner shop come together and say, yo, and just do that. With the aid and support of the embassies of the Caribbean. And by now, it be aid and support by CARICOM. Because we want a united front, international Caribbean supermarket. Stacked with everything from the 20 islands about the place. Empowering those people that's back there, whereas a lot of them are unemployed. So that chain works successfully for us. Whilst we have some of our people sitting here, but they might give advice to different departments on how to create employment for the national residents of this country and not for ourselves. But then they will fool us by saying, yeah, but it's for everybody, innit? No, they're trying to maintain a job and a position. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you do that, or when we do those things and exclude ourselves, there's a lot wrong with that. So if we was dealing with commerce truthfully and honestly, which means that we value ourselves as a people, then we would have negotiated. We would have been speaking to our ambassadors. we would have left England and gone and sit down with a CARICOM, and we would have tabled many propositions. And open up supermarket. And aid and support thousands, hundreds, if not thousands, of Caribbean people in relation to employment. Because it's a big thing that, you know. It's not a small little something that every month 2 bucks. Nah, we are talking serious trading. But why are we not there? That's one. So our food, well taken care of. An exchange in health concerns. And are we that? We have doctor this, professor this, and so forth coming out to the Caribbean. Advising us, and plus the food is coming, the medicine is coming, the proper herbs are coming, and the advice of our own is coming, as well as they are also here. So they can reason, argue, and put so much things on the table because it's all about us. The concern is about us and our well-being. This is community. Our young children are straying because there's no education. Give thanks to all those who maintain the supplementary education. But if we were trusting each other, in some areas where there's about 2 of those, they would have come together and become one, and now looking for national status. Yes. What is that? That we have instead of just a supplementary school, and open up a secondary school, or primary school. Primary looking to go secondary, or primary and secondary, by obtaining a primitive that can maintain that level of numbers, which is natural. Yes, because what? We have the talent, we have the skills, we have the professionals. And we have islands, and we have the University of West Indies. So it won't be something that's going to be like, we have to wait 20 years before we come up with a curriculum that is accepted by the British authority or anything of this nature. So what is it that we require? Premises. How are we going to get the premises? Each one of our islands have a governor general. Each one of the islands them that have a governor general have an ambassador to England. We want international support from our governments, along with the Commonwealth Authority, which they're all a part of, to have statutory aid and support in having use of listed properties. Am I going to spill everything out? Really? And we ascertain in every borough that we have great numbers, and maybe not even that. See, in London, there should be like two schools. Then you go to Birmingham, same thing. And go Manchester, the same thing. And as time go by, we'll have college in Birmingham, in Manchester, and colleges in London. So what would that look like? That would be a fruit. But we assimilate because we say, well, why, we're there in the mother country. And then we get lazy because we want to say we're British. We're there in the mother country. It's about time them understand that through we being here, God give them sunlight and rare, and so forth and so forth. and then later on they turn around and call us the black and white minstrel asses. And then we're upset and we want some law and legislation to be passed so those people who say these things get punished. We're waiting, man. Yeah, wait for donkey, horse, and camel to go through the eye of a needle. It's all about us. And then we have another set of our people that would stray away and say that the Chinese, the Asian, all these people. And that's a good look. And if they realize what they're saying that another set of people have done something that's very good, but we just don't have what it takes to do the same thing. But the way they say it is like those people have robbed us of the opportunity. That's not true. I'm a Muslim, and the Muslim community of peoples put their money together, buy a building, go get charitable recognition, everything become a peppercorn rent all of a sudden, then fix up the place, feasibility to pray, then fix up the place now, them have attendance in the place to learn. First thing, them have them women and the children coming together, and them start learn their mother tongue, and then them start learn the religion at the same time. And out of that, them have secondary education. So it's education. It's not just that them say is everybody learn the religion or practice the religion. No, it's education. And then the social part of the whole thing, the cultural part, the whole thing now. Families are meeting. Mother tongue is taking place. Dress is taking place. And food is culture too. Food. That's Muslim, Sikhs and Hindus. And then they're growing. The only reason them can do that is when them see that there's so much of them in one space. Before them go buy a property to make it a temple or a mosque, they're helping one another to have a home. The right to buy come, them speed that up. Outside of the right to buy, them already have mortgages. So when you go down to any particular borough, and we all know this, in one space there could be 500 houses to rent it, and the people them got 3/4 of the amount, if not all of them. And we still a peep. Them share and accumulate them money. And them trust in one another. And them still have deviances that take place in this, in this, you know. You have people them that just extort X amount of money. But them get them. It may take them a long time, them get them, and they want that money back. And they excommunicate them people there. And them people that are walking about them community there with targets on them back. And if them decide for left ear and go Birmingham or Leicester, them know, hey, they are known about. So them can't just leave our ears and go up there and run the same little scam. So it's not like everybody talk, like me I talk, say everything is angelic. No, Star, seriously. Everybody deal with life. The last people that is dealt with is police. We deal with our business first. If the people them get strong ahead, and they want gangster like the thing. No, we bring the law into something. Until such time, it's in-house. It's in-house. So where are we? From time me left school, before me left school, there was so much mechanics. I mean, never see a group of these mechanics come together and say, yo, let me just put some money together and have a big workshop that do tires, do MOT, do body work, do engine restoring, and so on, and train some young people them. So much opportunities. And we're not good at transitioning. The only damn good thing of transitioning we do is athletics and football, all kind of sports and amusement and play. Community. Need to ask our children, seriously, a group of people with a common aim, common goal, and share that interest to develop within the society that we're living in, which is that alleged word community. People who live in the same area that are developed, that intends to develop, have aims and objectives, and intend to implement them within that area. Because that's the area that them reside within. Then you have to be franchised within that area. Yes, I saw it going on. Community. But we are going on because we live there, and we just take with key, go through that door, go up them flats, and we say a community. No, we live in that area there. We live there. Some of them areas are rundown areas. Why? Because the people them know so that they don't own nothing there, so they don't really care. They don't care. And then you find a situation where people don't trust one another. Because 6 doors around the corner or up the road, somebody still a look upon you. And when you make your move, they go broke in your house. Broke in your flat, not your house, your flat. So we don't have order in our area. We don't have community. We don't have social concentration. We don't have economical drive. Hey. And we don't exemplify people's power. Not black power, people power. What's that? Accountability, respectability, and common courtesy within that area we call community. That means so that we would take care of all these young people them, and they will be respectful, and nobody can come and bully them, move them around, traumatize them, victimize them, and entrap them. And then you want to say that we Muslims have a problem because we're insecure men with our women? Come on, man. Let's be real. Huh? Is that why all of our girls them take off them clothes to be seen on a video clip to excite who? And to win what? A Grammy? Or to be popular and get signed up with somebody that'll deal with pornography and not music? You know what I mean? And everybody want bleach up, switch up, turn up, all form of colors, and they're in a race of something, and them their skin tone is African, but everything else, we don't know what it is. And this is woman. The man them don't set no example. But we keep changing. That's what I was doing. You see, I made 2 moves, and it's because all these different traumas was taking place, and you're easy submerged in those things. So I need to get right back to my real thing, because it's all about community development, infrastructure development. You know? Infrastructure development. Yeah. We need a history sometime. We need to reflect on historical means and everything. So that's why I dropped Yahshua in there, because we seem that we don't do a lot of reading. We like the listening. And if the person who is lecturing them are dramatists, it excite our emotion, and we move with that. So I set something out there, and I give thanks to all those people who tune into it, because, it move up in numbers about Yahshua and who this Jesus is. And I'm asking people to look into it. Look into it. When I deal with look into it because it's a black thing. No, look into it because we need to stop following. We need to be in the knowing. We need to be able to represent ourselves intellectually. Not the next generation gonna come and say the same thing that we have heard, and it be our fault. Because we're here right now. What have we done? So, correcting ourselves. And we need to be tactful. Yes. And we need to be very much aware and support our children with awareness. And look at community and what community groups have in common. What's the common background of these things? What is this thing called shared interest within society? Why it's so important to have structure? It's not about impressing other people. We need to impress upon ourselves so we stop becoming victims of society. Yes. Now the people in my work with antisocial behavior, we need to be on top of that, and we know about it long time. But right now, because it's part of the policy of the in government, we need to relook, like I said last week, political correctness, because antisocial behavior is going to throw a lot of our teenagers them in jail. In jail. Yes. So, the power of suggestion is out there. Instability is out there. And the probabilities is what we're going to be left with. And we're going to be arguing about what we should have done, what could have happened, and which political party is to blame. And I'm saying, no, it's us. It's us. First, we have to develop ourselves, and we're supposed to be in a position where we would be able to support our children, not just go there attempting to rescue them. Because that's after the facts, after the events. Yes. So, I'm going to drop a few more tunes and I'm gone because political correctness. So, People's Committee seeking peace throughout the Caribbean and in England. Where the People Committee there? There was a People's Committee of Jamaica that don't do nothing because the rest of the people, them that call themselves media people and all, them do not support that platform. And they're meant to be favorable to all vices that are taking place and the people them that is disenfranchised and the people are living in poverty and so forth, the impoverished people. So all them not support the People's Committee and make sure the People Committee right up there. Whether they're demonstrating or whether they're shouting from the hilltops or the valleys or on top of minibus or in the marketplace. It no matter. Them needed to be supported. Them still need to be supported because the power of suggestion and influence is very important. It's very important. So it means the people them who have the media platforms is not consciously aware, but them know that these things are there. So them have their own agendas, natural, own agendas. It has nothing to do with social development. They are fooling you. Smart ass people. They're fooling you all. I'm telling you. So here we go now, Sugar Minor. A long time in a play you.
Nobody follow.
Hey, before me play Sugar Minor, yeah man, we better play Sugar Kite. We don't want them to follow bad-minded people.
Nobody follow the eye and go and do things that's not right. Oh no, no, no. Yeah.
You see, when people them look upon or reflect on the Black Panthers and all these people, you know, them see good things, yeah? And them can mentally relate to it, but systematically they can't. You know what I mean? It's a problem when it comes to applying or implementing things with us here in the diaspora. You see, America have lost us, you know. 'Cause all of those great movements that y'all been experiencing, I Trinidad would say all you, was experiencing I've experienced that came out of America. Those individuals have Caribbean families. Yes, man. It's true. Very, very, very true. They had Caribbean families. There were nothing about none of them that you call African American pure. The Caribbean parentage, Caribbean families. You understand? 'Cause we have that firm determination and zeal in us. Yes, we have that. Can you imagine? The slave master beat we up and we have these islands and we are run about and hide and so forth and we are still fight back. Come on, man. Come like that idiot people, them. Let alone a people, them that have big ass country and they don't fight. They don't put up no resistance at all. So we, our ancestors, had that. And after them kill Meleke Shabazz and Martin and Kwame Ture died and so on. And many others that them have there at Louisiana jail. Because there's many Panthers that still in and others organizational members that are locked up in the Louisiana, what them call Angola jail. So the ones them that left out there, they don't have no spunk. They're all part of covert operators and just earn some pittance. Because them themselves finish up at jail. And just to survive outside, the people them give them something to do. And they do it. America. You know, if you sit back and look upon them carefully, you know, and see how much millions them make out of music. The small man me a talk about, you know. Me not talk about no Diana Ross and them people. Right? The brothers them that come out of the hip hop and all of these things. Huh? And they all came from impoverished communities. And they haven't done nothing to develop people that was like them. Them just go buy a whole heap of car, whole heap of drugs, confuse all these young girls. Yes, look at it properly. And I kill one another. Kill one another, you know. And that post-slavery syndrome is a dangerous thing that have a lot of them. All of us, but particularly America. Oh, gosh, man. And then when you look at their track record, a lot of them serve so much time for petty stupidness because the way the system over there work. So them have a lot of mental health issue. And a lot of the young men, them are murderers. Them kill women, young girls, them, just like that. Them get obsessed and them don't know how to develop and handle a relationship. And boom, them kill the woman. 2, them share the woman. A man have this girl, him let him friend know him like this girl, the girl make him move in with her and everything, and she have a brilliant, beautiful job, and him too. But him not mind share her with for him cousin or him friend. Then she like the cousin or the friend. Him now realize that he's getting second fiddle and he's being asked to leave, and man turn around, hey, me watch 5 cases like that. The boy turn around all of them and kill the woman. 3 of them put them in the boot of a car after cutting them up. 2 put them in the boot of a car and light it. Light the car, carry the car someplace and just douse it with petrol and everything and burn it up. It took them months for the people to identify the remains. May I tell you some dangerous thing, you know. All form of psychological problem. But the fact is, it is us doing these things to ourselves. And each one of those females introduce them Monday to their families. And in places like Alabama and Carolina, the people them don't have a district, you know, African American communities. So everybody felt comfortable. But one area them turn around and them say, especially in Carolina, that they need to address is the post-slavery syndrome mental health issue. And this was being talked about in early 1980 with brother Dr. Naim Akbar and W.D. Muhammad and another brother named Siraj Muhammad, Siraj Wahaj, and many, many, many more. Because it's about our life. Why is everybody else talking about Kemet? And now I've gone to this Kemet. There's so much things that people are saying. Who did the translation? Where did the translation them come from? What's the source of these translations that people are using them and say that, like, King Solomon couldn't have been a wise man when Hotep somebody, X thousand years pre-Solomon said these things. Listen, Egypt wasn't running before Abraham in that way and Solomon and all them something there. I don't understand why black people, we always look upon them things and create this competition, because the fact is, it's African people, the same thing. Why you divorce them for? Or disconnect them? And then what's the solution after that? How do we live? How do we develop? Pray, ask yourselves. All these people that chat all these things, what have they done until they say, no, you see, when you learn all this, now you can start building a pyramid and you can start building a society. Stop it. It not work. It's not working.
Nobody follow the eye and go and do things that's not right. Oh no.
And them scholars there, you know, them have their PhD and everything. Them do all of them something there. That don't say you have sense. That just say you've learned something. If their thing was about building us, why is you showing us the historical realization of ourselves? It's supposed to show how we're supposed to live now at the same time. Are your partner or your colleague, once you're given historical history or history lesson, you have another partner that's talking about how we apply some of those knowings in our lives. Just like the religious people, once them tell you said that this did that and so forth, you're supposed to have somebody come show you how to apply and implement and move on. No, we're getting all the Holy Ghost people, we're getting the prosperity people, and we're getting all the people that anoint somebody, and then we're getting a lot of other people that come tell you say, that them a do some miracles. Lie. The only one that's valid there is a prosperity one. Why? Because my money or our money is going into the basket or the pail or the dish or the plate, whatever it is. That's the only one. Because them ask and we give. The other two, suspect. What does he do when he receive? The people in that congregation should have been asking. Because remember, the pastor never beat nobody for telling him to put that thing inside there. What he did was convince you that you should tithe. What we didn't do is ask, now we have tithe, what is it that you're bringing into the community? So community again. Is the pastor responsible to the community? Is the pastor part and parcel of what we want to be a community and help building the people? Because the pastor is the one that's going to bless our action and ask God favors in the actions and keep everybody on the straight and narrow. So that narrow becomes wider and wider because we're good people. We're loving. No, we start love one another. You understand? Because once you develop the trust and the trust is flourishing, after that is love. And we're taught love. We're not taught sexual relationship. We're taught love, proper things. Community. You understand? So when somebody keep come tell me this, and this, and them can't apply, show us how to apply XZ in our lives and develop ourselves and then develop our community and so forth and so forth. What is all that about? And none of them have built a city yet. None of them have built a pyramid yet. None of them have done any form of construction. So what is it that they're looking at? And they haven't developed, I went to Africa, go to Africa, and help them apply the society that was once. And the Nile is still there, but the Nile Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God Almighty, is responsible for that. Not man. So me go on front room and now me change the thing now to show structures within Africa. We're not talking historical structure, we're talking about what God lent to us as people. Because we all have our innings and we will die. We will die. Yeah? Africa have water. Africa have so much water, but you have some ignorant people, and then the colonial power them control so much places that the people them who are African and it's their country, their land, don't have no sense. The people that manipulate the people them and take the water and create their own farms, have their own irrigational system, supply the food stuff that Europe require, and not help their neighbor, and so on and so on. Problems. So me assure people them who go on black chat, black people, African people, be aware of these things. Me put the whole historical everything on black chat, show how family is built. Me use it for them things there. And I have more following on black chat than me get on the radio line. Yo. Oh, front room. Black chat is changed to front room.
Nobody follow the eye and go and do things that's not right. Oh, no, no, no. Yeah. Don't let no one lead you astray. Trust in your heart today. Oh, yeah. You can hear what they say. They say, check it out. But the things you do must be right for you. Oh, yeah. Don't let no one lead you astray.
You ever watch it carefully? When there's, in these areas that we are in, when there's a wedding, right? A wedding or christening, and we send out, we invitation them to friends and so forth and so forth. Even if some of the people in the community don't get an invitation, they're still invited. They still be accepted. Nobody not come and say, yo, right? You understand? So that's development. A Christian in the same thing, and local gatherings, you know what I mean? And then the other one is if there's a funeral, right? But in the most common sense places was Sunday, people go to church. People go to church. Nobody now look around the corner and see if this body I go, and if them I go, me I go, and if them I go, me I go. People go to church. People have party. All is invited. A party. It's not like a wedding, a christening or something. Them have a party. Yeah? What the party don't want is bad behaving people. So sometimes somebody behave a certain way, they're asked to leave. Where's our community now? Where are they? Where's our tailor? Where's our steamstress? Where's our hairdresser that deal with Africanness? Where's our African female shops that deal with the hairdressing? Huh? You have to go cha-cha. Cha-cha. Who want yam and banana and plant? We have to go cha-cha. Look at that. So ridiculous.
better when you hold me. Oh yeah, but when you squeeze me, I get that feeling inside, that funny feeling inside. Gee, I wanna love you. Oh.
That's my neighbor, we want to love her, you know. Yeah, my Marcia.
Oh, na 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 na, yeah, yeah. Oh, tell me right now, what you gonna do? Yes, I'm leaving. I wanna know what you gonna say, cause I'm going. Now you come and tell me, say you're grieving. What a long time it day, you're just chilling. Now here I am, sitting on the corner, watching the fight go by. Here comes this little girl from around the corner. As she cries, she says, I didn't know you was looking my way. I didn't stand and stare, no. Then one evening she looked me in the eye and say, I love you, my dear. But what you gonna do? Yes, I'm leaving. I wanna know what you gonna say, cause I'm going. Now you come and tell me, say.
See, community giving them type of joys there, you know. But what happened is, everybody seem to just want that, but don't want to live that. Choraks doing something wrong.
Na 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 na.
And when I mean live it, you know, you have to develop that. Develop an infrastructure and everything. Boy, me I tell you, man, there's so much Marcias and Sheila dead there. You understand? Family flourishing. People safe. Feel free. Have love and tender care. Cease to all the child that we bear. Yes.
Na 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 na. Whoa.
Mr. McGregor. Archibella.
Archibella. Archibella, my pretty little darling, please come home to me. Archibella, I saw you with a fella, and I don't like the idea. Archibella, you told me that you love me and no one else above me. Archibella, you took all my money and told me that you love me.
See, and nobody in a fight. You understand me?
So, freedom proper.
Oh, Pablo, this music are too hot.
Yes, I. This music are highway.
See, YouTube, we want to shock out, you know, on cultural expression, but I see when I have some form of prejudice because principles set a standard, and some of the people them seem not to understand how him do what him do. So a lot of people now out there play for the music, them not get barred, them not get copyright, but them a play them the music, them a play the vinyls, them a play music. You understand? Them a play music. And nothing happened to them. We interfere with we for. And we did it long before them. At least I think so, because I was something now, since we not do we thing, I see 5 of them. And them have tournaments and all kind of something. And them around them turntable, them show people the label of the sounds, them and everything. Me not against it. Me love it. Go on. But why you interfere with cultural expression for? So, me set a principle. It's got to be a black man. Bad-minded black man. You can't understand where him do. Cause you see, principle now, principle come like Mikey Mike. Principle come like JR. GT. Principle. We're up there. We're not beggar one. We're up there. Who teach him for stream? Himself. Who teach him for lock rhythm? Himself. Who teach him for version? Himself. He thinks I go around spy on people and beg them. True experience. One more tune and we're gone.
La, 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 la.
And the man come and drop him out. And them are journalists and everything. And I say something about Islam. I'ma come back. And it's not really Islam, you know. I'm saying something about Arabs. Making out that we have we should not be Muslim because Arabs this and black people, African people are Arab too. So I had to come back and drop that. And this is things and times, you know. Reflection is what we're not doing, what the government is doing, and what is happening in society and how we're not transitioning. That's Thursday, reflection. But Friday, cultural expression. Expression. So we don't let cameraman get away. And we don't let DJ get away. Because DJ and cameraman work the same way. DJ, him dirty. Cameraman, him put him camera up underneath the woman them. And him don't have to go underneath there no more. Because them don't wear nothing. But him do that and put it out. And the more DJ go on, the cameraman get more active. Because the girls them behave a certain way. And we have not changed that. So we don't follow them scripts there. Neither do we play those things. And we will not. And then people want to talk about dancehall, and then people talk about culture, and then when they talk about culture, them say them an old-time thing and an old-fashioned thing, man, both time, and so forth and so forth. You understand? So we've lost. Because there's no one supporting morals. Even a Rasta man who say something, him is part of the problem. Part of the problem. Because he's an opportunist. Come in.
Been living in pain, and over the years we all been feeling the strain. But the time has come when we all must see the light. We've been buried down here in the dark for so long. Martin Luther been preaching about humanity. It is true. Marcus Garvey been preaching about equality. Weak heart did not love to hear them kind of man talk.
Guidance.
Cheer up, black man, you know the battle is won. Whoa. Ooh. Yeah. I've got to get myself together. Yeah, can't afford to let my faith go. You know, whenever just sun comes shining and my sisters are all smiling, no one isn't dying. My people aren't crying. We are living in the love of the Father. Living in the house of the Almighty, yeah. Living in the love of the Father. Living in the house of the Almighty, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The days of destruction will never be. Oh no, not unto a wise man who will see. Yet the fool thinks he knows it all. Here comes later, he stumbles and falls. He goes down for a reason. Jah is giving him a beating. To the foundation, he will have to go down. To the foundation, shut him down. To the foundation, he will have to go down. To the foundation. Whoa. Oh yeah. The days of destruction will never be. Oh no, not unto a wise man who will see. Yet the fool thinks he knows it all. Here comes later, he stumbles and falls. He goes down for a reason. Jah is giving him a beating. To the foundation, he will have to go down. To the foundation, shut him down. To the foundation, he'll have to go down. To the foundation. Whoa, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Oh, to the foundation. Yeah, to the foundation. Whoa.
Run the tune, mister, run the tune.
Yes, yes, yes. You got to stand for something, or you fall for everything. Hey, see, say when me I say, but no one for you. When me I say, but me I say, cause it have to say. Yeah, say when me I say, but no one for you. When me I say, but me I say, cause it have to say. See, I'd have to cry for them to feel me. Yes, things that I have seen, I know it grieves me. No, no, it's playing on the radio, can't believe it. No, and it no make no sense. You try to beep it. Yes, all on social media, be a follower and a very few leader. Little juvenile, them a box down teacher. All me granny posting her personal life every day. Things where people do forget likes. Blagger them a send link for you subscribe. Propaganda sells so the media tell lies. It's like nothing we could no publicize. But man I say when me I say because me have to say when me I say but no one for hear when me I say. Hey, say when me I say but no one for hear when me I say but me I say it as it have to say.
Yeah, say what me I say. No one fi hear what me I say, but me I say it 'cause it a fi say. Say what me I say, but no one fi hear what me I say, but me I say it 'cause it a fi say. It's a disgrace, the black place a bleach them face, and the juvenile them not keep them pants by them waist. Sit down pan corner and screw with a bag of tattoo and nothing to do. Lord, governmental system fracture. Security minister them don't got no answer. Now the crime rate is on the rise. Tell me how the hell will the people survive? Tell me artists when nobody give the people them what they want. No, give them music with substance, that's what they need. Whoa, what man I say when me I say because me have to say when me I say, but of the one here when me.
See, Bushman.
Whoa, whoa, yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Them say certain things what go on a road a common thing. Man a juke man out the street, me no mean no common pin. System drive some youth man, some of them a grab bag, some of them a prefer rap, miss a wang and chin. When me say heel rasta, me no mean no taman thing. A clean heart with pure milk, you have to strong and thing. Some youths go farm full of farm gang and thing. Before them farm the shin cocoa, banana, yam and thing. Even evil doers know the devil have to stop from win. It's not too late to change before the world stop from spin. All over terrorists a drop bomb and thing. I inspire every youth with them a song I sing. You know we roll. I'm gonna heal this world with love. Yeah. Giving praises to the Father above. Yeah. Now everybody.
See, we too forward, too fronted, innit? Is that why? And then we create troublemakers. Is that what we are? Guidance.
I just can't live amongst the Eden. Not a good place to grow Rasta children. Peer cussing and peer contention. Peer fight and peer confusion. Everything Rasta do it is a problem. Every move Rasta make it is a problem. They just don't want to see me survive. Them a trouble temptation. Them a trouble temptation. Troublemaker. Them cause me big grief. Coming at me yard with a big stampede. Bring all police because charge me fi weed. Tell a bag of lie and the whole world believe. Every little thing when me have them need. To them full of envy and them full of greed. Them just don't want we live. You know see say them a Babylon. Them a trouble temptation. Them a trouble temptation. Troublemaker. Temptation. Them a trouble temptation. Troublemaker. Temptation. Them a trouble temptation. Troublemaker. I just the powers and the vibes and the energy. Clean heart, clean thoughts, clean liberty. Just if we roll in the midst of the enemy. Uprising, create a prosperity. I got to find myself a place where the wicked man cannot trace. They got to burn for me, see say them a Babylon. Them a trouble temptation. Them a trouble temptation. Troublemaker. I just can't live amongst the Eden. Not a good place to grow Rasta children. Peer cussing and peer contention. Peer fight and peer confusion. Everything Rasta do it is a problem. Every move Rasta make it is a problem. They just don't want to see me survive. Them a trouble temptation. Them
See, bad-minded people. They want to see people in progress. Listen, gone.
Why?
I feel we still gonna tell them feel low it.
Here we go! Why?
remember some of them called Tipper Town, and I got to make it be known. Big up the one like Roddy Bone, Ochipeng, and the Black Roses massive.
Rastafari. Say man, now we face the struggle and now we feel the pain. Out there on the battle in Selassie I name. Can't believe how them where did attack about William. Confess and come a look a right on the train. Give them a test.
Full of this song, no, eh? Full of this song, no, eh? Full of this song, no, eh?
Why?
The DJ accepts no responsibility for the next record. This is a request.
Say man, now we face the struggle and now we feel the pain. Out there on the battle in Selassie I name. Can't believe how them where did attack about William. Confess and come a look a right on the train. Give them a test run, for them do just the same. Try to bring down Rastafari to shame. Do the energy no drain, standard remain. Rastafari me a figure to them playing. Them a vampire. Tell me why you're fighting against fire. Vampire. Tell me why you're fighting. You got to go.
I know, sir. From music for play them on the F already.
Let go big chore. Nothing in this world is new to I. Enough man come and speak the truth and die. Just because a world that is built on lie. For their own rights, them get crucified.
Guidance, man, because the way me I go and me stay here till morning. Yes, we need a people's committee here in England. Seriously. All about the place. You understand? In a London, in a Manchester, Birmingham, Leicester. We need it. You understand? And a Leeds. You understand? So then we can start develop. Look at our community. Look at our infrastructure. You understand? And develop the most important necessities that we require. Guidance. Gone.